Good day, everyone. We are Team RRJG, which stands for Rosemary, Reggie, Carlo, and Jezebel. Today, we are going to present to you our research entitled Awareness and Attitude Towards Child Protection Policy Among Elementary School Teachers. Understanding the role of educators in child protection policies is important in establishing a safe and supportive environment for children. The UNICEF, or the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, supports the holistic growth of children in loving and supportive settings. The 1987 Philippine Constitution emphasizes the government's dedication in ensuring that children receive adequate care, nutrition, and protection from hazardous situations as stated in Article 15, Section 3. Moreover, the Department of Education, or DepEd, in the Philippines guarantees that the well-being of children is the main focus in educational environments. This duty is outlined in DepEd Order No. 40, which is also referred to as the Child Protection Policy of 2012. This study aimed to assess the level of knowledge and awareness and attitude of public elementary school teachers towards child protection. It seeks to understand how the CPP influences the educational environment and the well-being of educators, ensuring that the rights and welfare of both students and teachers are effectively protected. Specifically, this study aimed to: Number 1, determine the demographic profile of the respondents in terms of their teaching position, years in service, and level of educational attainment. 2, assess the level of awareness and the attitude of the respondents towards the policy. And number 3, investigate whether there is a significant difference in the level of awareness and attitude towards the policy among respondents when grouped according to teaching position, years in service, and level of educational attainment. This study employed a descriptive design to describe the variables and the relationship between them. This study was conducted in Initaw Central School, which is part of the Schools Division of Misamis Oriental. The respondents of the study were the teachers of Initaw Central School. Participants were selected using purposive sampling, focusing specifically on all public elementary school teachers at the identified school. Approval was guaranteed by the school administrators to carry out the survey. A consent form was created to inform participants about the study's objectives, processes, and guarantees of privacy. Participation was optional, allowing individuals to leave at any point without consequences.
Now let's move on to the resultant discussions. Problem number 1. What is the demographic profile of the respondents in terms of teaching position, years in service, and level of educational attainment? Firstly, in terms of teaching position, the largest percentage of respondents identified themselves as Teacher 3 with 41.7%. This was closely followed by Teacher 1 respondents comprising 38.9% of the sample. Teacher 2 respondents constituted a smaller proportion at 5.6%. Master Teachers 1 and 2, though a smaller group, collectively accounted for 13.9% of the respondents. Secondly, examining years in service, the data reveals a diverse distribution. Notably, a considerable portion of respondents reported having 21 years or more of experience, with 27.8%, indicating a substantial presence of seasoned educators in the sample. Conversely, respondents with 5 years or less of service constituted 13.9%, suggesting a notable proportion of early career teachers. The remaining years in service were distributed among the intermediate categories, with each comprising roughly similar percentages, indicating a relatively balanced representation across different career stages. Lastly, regarding educational attainment, the vast majority of respondents held bachelor's degrees with 77.8%, while a smaller yet significant proportion possessed master's degrees with 22.2%. None of the respondents reported holding a doctoral degree. For problem number 2, what is the level of awareness and the attitude of respondents towards policy? The table presents data regarding the awareness of a child protection policy among a group of elementary teachers. The respondents demonstrated a substantial level of awareness of the child protection policy with an average mean score of 4.20 or standard deviation of 0.13. The responses varied across individual statements but generally fell into two categories: very aware and aware. Statements with mean scores closer to 5 and lower standard deviations were categorized as having a higher level of awareness, while those with mean scores closer to 4 and higher standard deviations were classified as having a moderate level of awareness. So these findings indicate a commendable level of familiarity and understanding of the child protection policy among the respondents, suggesting a strong foundation for promoting child protection within sampled population.
Moving forward to the respondents' attitude towards child protection policy. This table presents data on the attitude towards the child protection policy among a sample group. On average, the respondents held a favorable attitude towards the child protection policy with an overall mean score of 3.58 and standard deviation of 0.21. The responses varied across individual statements, with some aspects of the child protection policy receiving higher favorability ratings than others. The data suggests the respondents view the child protection policy positively, perceiving it as beneficial for both students and teachers, although not very favorable but still favorable. Problem number 3. Is there a significant difference in the level of awareness and the attitude of respondents towards the policy when grouped according to teaching position? The ANOVA shows no significant differences in awareness, with p-value of 0.396 or attitude with p-value of 0.388 across teaching positions. This suggests that respondents exhibited similar levels of awareness and attitude towards the child protection policy, regardless of their teaching position. These findings highlight the collective commitment of educators to child protection and underscore the importance of fostering a shared understanding and commitment to child protection policies among all members of the educational community, regardless of their roles. For the next problem, is there a significant difference in the level of awareness and the attitude of respondents towards the policy when grouped according to years in service? The ANOVA results showed no significant differences in awareness and attitude towards the child protection policy based on years in service, with p-value of 0.324 and p-value of 0.340 respectively. This indicates that respondents had similar levels of awareness and attitude towards the CPP regardless of years served. It suggests that years in service may not influence educators' perceptions of child protection policies, and that awareness programs may have been implemented early in their careers. For the final problem, is there a significant difference in the level of awareness and the attitude of respondents towards the policy when grouped according to level of educational attainment? The ANOVA results showed no significant differences in awareness and attitude towards the child protection policy based on educational attainment, with p-value of 0.223 and p-value of 0.913 respectively. These findings suggest the need for continued efforts to ensure consistent awareness and positive attitudes towards child protection policies among educators, regardless of their educational background.
For our research conclusion, the study revealed a commendable level of awareness and a generally favorable attitude towards the CPP among respondents. These findings suggest a strong foundation for promoting child protection within educational institutions. While respondents exhibited similar levels of awareness and attitude regardless of their teaching position, years in service, or level of educational attainment. The lack of significant variability underscores the uniformity in perceptions and understanding of child protection policies among educators. These results align with previous research emphasizing the importance of continuous training and orientation programs to enhance knowledge and skills related to child protection policies. For its recommendation, educational institutions should prioritize ongoing training and awareness programs to reinforce understanding and commitment to child protection policies. Collaborative efforts among educators, administrators, policymakers, and community stakeholders are crucial for effective CPP implementation. Continuous training, orientation sessions, and stakeholder collaboration ensure a safe, protective learning environment, fostering a shared commitment to students' safety and well-being.